A lot has happened since the last 1 week, particularly as it relates to commerce, trade, and tariffs. If you happen to be a dropshipper or a business owner, you need to watch this video. So grab your pen and notepads and let's get right into it. So today's video is going to be a little bit different. I will be talking about the minimis rule and how it affects you as a small business owner or a dropshipper. For those who do not understand what that rule is, it only says that if you are bringing in something into the US that is worth about $800 or lesser than that, you don't have to pay import duties. But in recent times, things have changed. A bill was proposed last year to plug the loophole in that law. That is what we'll be discussing today. And if you are new, you're welcome. If you're returning, you're absolutely welcome. Before I get right into the video, I'd like to share with you a quick disclaimer. Please note that the information I shared here today is solely for educational purposes and should neither be treated as business, finance, advertisement, nor legal advice. Thank you so very much. You're welcome back. I'm sure a number of us must have seen what is going on, particularly as regards the tariffs and the tariffs war all around. And I'm here to also say that this is not just that today. It has been on for quite some time. Sometime last year, certain senators decided to sponsor a bill to amend Section 321 of the Tariffs Act of 1930. That bill was called the Fighting for America bill, now hacked, because I understand that the purpose of that bill has been manifested and it would take effect in May, and that is the de minimis rule. So for those of us who aren't so familiar with what that rule is, it simply says that if you are importing things into the US, either for commercial sale or whatsoever, and the value of that item is about $800 or less, you might be exempted from paying import duties. And this is the basis upon which a lot of small business owners and also drop shippers did sell or sold items to their customers within the US. But other organizations that are outside of the US decided to exploit the loophole in this law, and they've been able to sell directly to customers in the US. Now, the US government is looking at it and saying, okay, these tariffs have to come to play. This law has to be clogged. Hence, the sponsoring of that bill, which has now been passed into law, and it is set to take effect in May of this year. So what are the implications for you as a dropshipper or let's say a small business owner who largely depends on importation into the US before you are able to sell your items to your customers? Continuing to the end of this video, you'd see all the things I'm going to share in here, and I hope that you'll find value in it, and I also hope that you'll learn something new from everything I'm about to share. I also like to add that the purpose of this law was to ensure that certain organizations that sold products to US residents could be curtailed a bit or restrained, and in a way that they are not able to continuously exploit the provision of Section 321 of the Tariffs Act that has to do with the minimis. And so I'm sure a number of us might wonder, particularly if you happen to be a job shipper or you are a small business owner that rely on some of these companies to bring in your items, you might be wondering how you want to navigate this process and in a way how to continue your business without having to be affected by these tariffs. These are the things that I intend doing in my own business. I will share them in the next scene, and I hope that you'll also find some value in it as you do for yours as well. So long before the passing of the for America bill into law, I had decided in my own self that I was going to start sourcing materials for my business locally, and I had done that. And so if you are that person who is also a business owner and you are looking to sourcing products locally within the US so as to continue to produce for your esteemed customers in the light of recent developments, I'd say don't give up. As you have decided to source locally, I'm sure you would get really good products that you could also vouch for their quality as well. I'm also saying that you could also consider looking at businesses that sell to other businesses. So you have some businesses that do business to business transactions and could also help you as a small business owner. And finally, you also want to be that person who could diversify. So once you know that this is what your company or your business is centered on, and you have other things you need or you think you can share or sell to your esteemed customers or even the public, also diversify. Diversification helps you as a business owner. In case there's a friction in one aspect of your business, you can always rely on the other aspect until every other thing balances out. I hope that this helps. If you have seen this video up to this point, I congratulate you. I hope that you have learned a thing or two. Let's just navigate these times together. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Have a wonderful day. Bye for now.